Jesus said, "Mistreated? Rejoice." Welcome to 755 Live, about 5 minutes of what Jesus said. If this is meaningful to you, it really would mean a lot to me if you like this, if you share it, if you comment, and just let us know that this is an important part of your morning or your day whenever you're watching this. Just really encourage us if you let us know. Today's Jesus Said soundbite version of a command or example or teaching of Jesus comes from Matthew 5:10 through 12 and Luke 6:22-23. Today we're going to read just the Matthew section, and this is Jesus saying, God blesses those who are persecuted for doing right, for the kingdom of heaven is theirs. God blesses you, verse 11, when people mock you and persecute you and lie about you and say all sorts of evil things against you because you are my followers. Be happy about it. Be very glad, for a great reward awaits you in heaven. And remember, the ancient prophets were persecuted in the same way. Jesus said, "Mistreated? Rejoice." Now, this is not something that we like or that we ask for or want. It's kind of counterculture for our understanding to think that the evidence that we're doing things right is many times that we are being mistreated. We're being persecuted. We are being talked about, lied about. Jesus said, when that happens, rejoice. Now, the first disciples understood that this was the way to real life. We see examples of this throughout the New Testament. In Acts 5, after the disciples were put in prison, they were beaten, they were commanded by the officials, the government officials, to not even speak the name of Jesus. And their response to that was that they rejoiced and they counted themselves worthy to suffer disgrace for the name of Jesus. And then they continued in the temple and house to house. They continued to teach and preach this message that comes from Acts 5. The message was, Jesus is the way. Jesus is the Messiah. Jesus is the King that was predicted. We see Paul talking about this, 2 Corinthians 12:10. He said, "That's why I take pleasure in my weaknesses and in the insults, hardships, persecutions, and troubles that I suffer for Christ. For when I am weak, then I am strong." Paul took pleasure in the difficulty because he understood Jesus' command that says, when we're mistreated, we should rejoice. How do we gauge success? Well, it's not from how others perceive what we're doing. It's through obedience to Jesus. And we should take the commands of Jesus very literally, apply them to our lives, and then if and when we are mistreated, we rejoice. And the opposite of that, in Luke 6:24-26, Jesus said, "What sorrow awaits you who are rich, for you only have your happiness now." The things that the world considers success are temporary. And yeah, they do bring some temporary happiness and some temporary joy, but that's not the real abundant life kind of joy. Verse 25 of Luke 6, Jesus said, "What sorrow awaits you who are fat and prosperous now, for a time of awful hunger awaits you. What sorrow awaits you who laugh now, for your laughing will turn to mourning and sorrow. What sorrow awaits you who are praised by the crowds, for their ancestors also praised false prophets." It's not the complaints or the applause of the crowd that makes the difference. It's not people's reaction that we judge our actions by, Because many times when we're doing what is right, we are going to face difficulty. We are going to face persecution because that's where we grow. And in our weakness, that's when we really see the strength of God. So when we're mistreated, what should we do? Fight back? No. Jesus said, mistreated? Rejoice. How can we put that into action today? Thank you for joining us for this Jesus Said. If this is meaningful to you, like it, share it, comment, and have a blessed day.